Have you had your good cry yet? I'm talking about that bawling, letting go, can't catch your breath, pouring out till there's nothing left kind of cry. Have you had one of those yet? Now, I know that there are some people that don't cry, and then there are others, myself included, that tend to be more on the weepy side. And, the way that I think crying is a gift. I believe that God gave us this ability for a reason, because it washes out some of the that's on the inside. It just lets it go. I see it as very cleansing, and particularly when I have those really good cries, I encourage myself that it's okay by remembering that Jesus wept. When he saw the pain that people had over the death of Lazarus, and even though he knew what he would do, even though he knew a miracle was coming and things would be better, he still in that moment, he cried. So if Jesus can cry, so can I, right? These past couple of weeks, and I've been feeling this way for almost a month, because I've been following the virus as a health educator for a couple of weeks, and because I traveled a great bit, I was going through the decision of, how you doing? Good morning. About pulling back and not being out there doing my work as regular, and then trying to encourage other people to, look at what we were doing. So it's been a couple of weeks that I've had this like ickiness. I want to say I feel it like in my gut. And I know that fear is not of God. He doesn't give us that. So I'm not going to even put the word afraid on it. That doesn't fit. I can't even really call it worry, but there's just a concern, a heaviness, an ickiness that has not shaken it. I'm not constantly in it, but it's pretty persistent. And while I am being prayerful, staying prayerful, and praising God and reading his word, this ickiness is just not, it's kind of set up camp, and I really do want it to release. If there's anybody that can relate to this, that kind of has this feeling on you, I don't know, maybe it's concern, but you want to let it go, no, you are not alone. I'm right there with you. And I'm sharing this, y'all, because this, acknowledging this kind of feeling that people may have, however yours flavors itself, acknowledging it and taking steps to address it, y'all, this is another aspect of care, of self-care. We have to take care of ourselves not only physically, but we also need to be mindful of self-care mentally and emotionally and socially. And here's the thing, when we don't acknowledge it and when we don't address it, what tends to happen is we medicate it, or we mediate it, sometimes with behaviors that are not very helpful. Examples, we find ourselves eating like entirely too much, or eating a bunch of the wrong things. All this junky food is not good right now. Maybe folks are reaching to smoke, right? And goodness gracious, that's not a good thing to think about when what we're dealing with is a virus that impacts our respiratory systems. Perhaps people are, escaping it, losing themselves in liquor, or venting out negatively to other people. Y'all, when we don't address things, they don't go unaddressed. They come out in other ways, and some of those ways are not so positive. So I want to encourage you, as I'm encouraging myself, to, acknowledge where you are. Don't fake the funk. Don't fake the funk. If you got the funk, acknowledge it and then try to do something about it. Do things about it. Paramount is prayer and praise. right? We can also do other things like eat well, get some exercise, love on people, even if it's, loving on them over the phone, loving on them over FaceTime or in some kind of a group me or something, loving on people. Or, if you're like me and you're an introvert, I've been loving on folks a whole lot, and I thank God for some of the connections that I have had with people that I love, that we don't take the time to connect more often. It has been such a blessing. And at the same time, right now, I told my family, I'm out. I will be back in an hour. I need this alone time, right? I need this also for refueling. And for some of us, it may also be just having a good cry, letting it out, crying our heart, our pain, our worry, whatever it may be, crying it out to the Lord, letting it go through this natural emotional / physical / spiritual activity of crying that God has put in human beings. It's okay if you need to do that. And I also want to put in this too. If you are at a place where, you're doing what you can do, and you're trusting God, and you're praying, and you're not shaking this, and you see yourself in an overwhelmed situation that you just can't seem to shake, please remember that God also works through people. And there are professionals that are available to help. In the state of Louisiana, I'll post a link. Our governor has a line set up where they have professionals, mental health professionals, therapists and the like, that are trained and that are ready to talk with you and to listen to you and to just be that extra support for those that need it. Y'all, we need each other, and we need each other in so many ways. Let's take advantage of the fact that people are God's hands on earth. And let's do what we need to do to get through this. Whatever method you use, whatever method you choose, I hope and pray that you link it to the foundation of connecting to God. Because truly, apart from Him, we can do nothing. And truly, without Him, there is no way. Have mercy. So for those of you that are criers, go ahead and shed those tears. And I am praying that mine will come. I don't know why they're stuck. I've been watching, sad movies and looking at things that are memorabilia. They will not come out, but when it comes, I'm ready. And I welcome it. Y'all, we gonna make it through this. We will. God is in control. And I hope that this sharing about what's on my heart and in my mind is helpful to your heart and your mind. And you take care. God bless. Be well. Bye-bye.